EOBRKR.com presents itself as an accessible and modern trading platform, promising effortless entry into global markets, low barriers, and a simple path to profit. Yet the moment you begin verifying the statements behind this polished facade, the image collapses. Everything that should confirm legitimacy, regulation, a verifiable legal entity, a functioning trading infrastructure, clear ownership, and transparent documentation is either missing, hidden, or replaced with generic marketing phrases. The domain itself was registered on the 20th of October, 2025 for a single year, a typical sign of a short-term project designed to operate only long enough to accumulate deposits and disappear. The ownership is entirely anonymized through an Icelandic masking service, meaning there is no publicly visible person or company standing behind the platform. For any financial service, such secrecy is incompatible with legal operation. The company name provided on the website, EOLabs Limited Liability Company, leads to an offshore address in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, one of the most frequently used shelters for unregulated brokers and financial schemes. This jurisdiction does not regulate Forex or CFD firms, does not impose auditing requirements, and does not verify the activities of companies offering investment services. It provides no investor protection and no oversight. A broker registered in St. Vincent can operate without accountability, without transparency, and without any obligation to safeguard client funds. For that reason alone, EOBRKR.com cannot be considered safe. The promises displayed across the website are not the promises of a functioning broker, but the familiar script of a profit illusion scheme. The platform advertises zero commissions, zero fees, $1 trades, and what it describes as 20,000 euros in insurance coverage. In established financial markets, such claims are not possible. Every real broker pays liquidity costs, spreads, infrastructure fees, and regulatory charges. When a platform promises to remove all costs while offering extremely small minimum trades, it is not offering genuine access to financial markets. Instead, it is offering a simulation designed to make the user believe that trading is occurring even when no real market connection exists. The absence of MetaTrader, CTrader, TradingView, or any recognizable trading engine further confirms that the so-called trading interface is likely an isolated visual environment with no execution beyond its walls. The deposit structure follows the classic escalation model used by fraudulent offshore operations. It begins with a minimal entry, as small as $10, and gradually rises through tiers that reach $50, $500, $2,500, and $5,000, with an upper tier available only by invitation. This pattern is familiar to anyone who has studied scam brokers. The initial low entry point reduces psychological hesitation. Then, once an account is funded, manufactured gains appear inside the dashboard. After that, a manager contacts the client, encouraging an upgrade to unlock better conditions, faster profits, or exclusive tools. At the moment when the client requests a withdrawal, the tone changes. Now the user is told that additional verification, fees, taxes, or commissions must be paid, and when the client refuses, the account is frozen. The idea of a progressive ladder of account types is not used to facilitate trading. It exists to increase deposits. The website also displays decorative badges indicating supposed membership in a financial commission and claims of 20,000 euros in protective coverage. These statements are misleading. The organization referenced on the site is not a regulator, does not grant licenses, and cannot enforce decisions. Its so-called compensation fund is not an insurance fund, is not legally binding, and does not guarantee reimbursement in cases of fraud. This is a common tactic used by unregulated brokers to imitate an appearance of legitimacy without undergoing any real regulatory scrutiny. In regulated markets, client funds are segregated, audited, and insured through official state frameworks. None of this exists on EOBRKR.com. Attempts to determine whether any real users have interacted with the platform reveal another important pattern. a total absence of legitimate feedback. There are no verifiable reviews on Trustpilot, no entries on Forex Peace Army or other established forums, no technical discussions, no trading history, and no public presence. This silence is typical for newly launched scam operations. They emerge suddenly, operate aggressively for several months, and vanish as soon as complaints accumulate. Independent watchdog sites have already flagged EOBRKR.com as an investment scam, noting reports of blocked withdrawals, disappearing balances, and unreachable support. The most telling detail is found in the site's own disclaimer, where the company acknowledges that it is not supervised by the Japanese Financial Services Agency. For an unlicensed offshore broker, this admission is standard. It reveals that the company operates outside every meaningful regulatory framework. It has no permission to provide investment services in Europe, the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Japan, Australia, or any other regulated market. Without regulation, there is no protection for the client, no obligation for fair execution, no oversight over how funds are stored, and no mechanism to recover losses caused by misconduct. A legitimate broker provides audited financial statements, public leadership information, verifiable regulation, and a stable trading platform connected to real markets. EOBRKR.com offers none of this. Instead, it hides behind anonymity, offshore registration, unrealistic promises, and a fabricated sense of security. Everything about its structure, from the one-year domain and obscured ownership to the impossible trading conditions and escalating deposit tiers, points toward a predefined purpose: to collect client deposits without the intention of allowing withdrawals. When a platform hides its identity, its license, its ownership, and the details of its operations, it is not hiding risk. It is hiding a scam. EOBRKR.com fits every known pattern of a fraudulent offshore broker, and any funds deposited there are placed in immediate danger.